My child, stop right now wherever you are. Do not scroll past this message today. Heaven has set an invisible clock for this exact moment. You did not arrive here by accident because your spirit was drawn into this quiet space by my divine hand. You are here because I need your undivided attention right now. It has been so hard to reach you lately. The noise of the world is so loud. Your daily battles are overwhelming. And while you try your best to keep moving forward every single day, the heavy chatter inside your mind never seems to quiet down. You carry so much weight. You pretend to be fine for everyone else. I have watched you in the midnight hours. I saw you when sleep would not come to your weary eyes. The room was dark and silent, but your thoughts were screaming. And as you turned over every unanswered question in the dark, you wondered if heaven had forgotten your name. I saw the quiet tears that fell onto your pillow. I heard the desperate prayers you could not even put into words. You wore your smile like armor today. You made sure everyone around you felt comfortable and safe. You gave away all your inner strength to help others, but inside your own soul was quietly draining away. You feel exhausted. Your heart is tired of waiting. You feel like giving up on the promises you once held so dear. Hear me clearly in this sacred hour. This is my final attempt to reach you before you make a wrong turn born from weariness. I am not speaking to you today to judge your doubts or condemn your mistakes. I am stepping directly into your path to lift the heavy burdens you were never meant to carry alone. You do not have to fight this battle by yourself anymore. You can let go of the control you have been desperately holding on to. You can take a deep breath now. Stay right here with me for these quiet moments, because the turnaround you have prayed for in secret begins in this very hour. I want to talk to you about the barriers that have stood between us for so long. You have built high walls around your soul without even realizing it. Every morning you step out into the world with a brave face because everyone around you depends on your strength. But as you walk through your busy days, a fierce battle is raging inside your thoughts. You carry the burdens of your household, your work, and your family without complaining. People call you strong and resilient. They look to you for answers when their own lives fall apart. And while you are always ready to offer a helping hand to those in need, no one ever stops to ask if you are doing well inside. You have become an exhausted giver who has forgotten how to receive. You wear your smile like a heavy shield. It keeps the awkward questions away from your door. It hides the profound fatigue that has settled into your bones. And every single day you spend all your energy keeping everyone else afloat while your own ship is quietly taking on water inside. The hardest part of your journey happens when the sun goes down and the house grows completely still. When the distractions of the day fade away, the heavy fog of anxiety rolls in. You lie awake in the dark, watching the hours slip by on the clock. Your mind races with relentless thoughts about tomorrow, about your finances, and about the people who hurt you deeply. In those quiet hours between midnight and morning, the silence feels overwhelming. You replay every past mistake and every closed door in your memory. You wonder why your hardest efforts never seem to be enough to change your circumstances. And as the weight presses down against your chest, you whisper quiet prayers into the darkness, wondering why heaven feels so silent. I see those hidden tears, my precious child. Not a single tear you shed fell onto your pillow unnoticed by my eyes. I was there in that quiet room when you felt utterly alone. And I saw the painful disappointment when another promising opportunity suddenly collapsed before your eyes. I stood beside you when you felt like giving up on your dreams altogether. The enemy of your soul has been working tirelessly to keep your attention away from my voice. He floods your mind with worries. He sends endless distractions. And while he tells you that your current struggles will last forever, I am stepping in today to break those deceptive lies once and for all. You have been fighting a spiritual battle that has worn down your outer strength. You feel like you are walking through an endless desert. Every step requires immense effort. You look at others who seem to move forward effortlessly while you remain stuck in the exact same place. You wonder if you did something wrong to deserve this long season of delay and isolation. Let me speak truth into your weary heart right now. Your current season of isolation is not a sign of my anger or abandonment. You are not stuck because you failed me. You did not lack faith. You were placed in this quiet space because I needed to pull you away from the noise of the world so I could speak directly to your spirit. I know the exact pressure that has been crushing your soul. I see the financial stress that keeps you awake at night. You calculate numbers that never seem to add up. I know the deep heartbreak caused by people you loved and trusted who suddenly turned their backs on you. I feel the ache in your heart when you look at your family and feel helpless to fix their problems. You have been carrying responsibilities that were never meant for your human shoulders. You tried to fix everything in your own strength because you felt you had no choice. You put yourself last for so long. You forgot what it feels like to rest. But your human strength was never designed to bear the heavy weight of the entire world, and I am here to take it from you. Take off that heavy armor of self-reliance right now. You do not need to perform for me today. You do not need to pretend to be strong. I see your weakness, and I accept you exactly as you are in this moment because my favor is not something you have to earn. I am simply inviting you to lay your heavy burdens down at my feet. The season of struggling alone in the dark is coming to an end. The barrier that kept my voice out of your heart is dissolving right now. I am reaching through the noise to touch the deepest wounds of your soul today. And as you open your heart to me, my comforting presence will surround you like a warm shield that protects you from all fear. The silence felt cold. The pain was deep. You felt completely alone in the dark. And while you waited for a loud answer from heaven, my silent presence was leaning in close to protect your fragile soul. You wondered if I forgot your name. You questioned my holy promise. You felt like giving up on your faith. Think of a master refiner. He places pure gold into the hottest fire. He does not shout over the roaring flames. And as he stands beside the furnace in utter stillness, his quiet eyes remain locked onto his own reflection in the molten metal. The silence was never distance, my child. It was my deep focus on your soul. My silence was a sign of my trust. I knew your faith was strong. I placed that holy endurance inside you before time began. And even when the heavy tears rolled down your cheeks at midnight, I knew you would stay faithful to my holy name. I stood right beside you through every tear. I counted every single drop. The enemy saw your future glory. He noticed the rare authority resting on your life. He realized that your coming breakthrough would shatter the chains of delay for your entire family tree. So he panicked in fear. He launched a fierce campaign against your mind to make you give up before the harvest arrived. He flooded your thoughts with loud static. He sent endless worries about your money. He whispered bitter lies about your worth. And because he desperately wanted to block the covenant frequency of my voice, he created a cloud of daily chaos around your spirit to keep you distracted from my promise. You thought the noise meant defeat. You thought heaven was cold and distant. You felt completely lost in the heavy fog. But the adversary only creates loud static around a soul that carries immense value for my kingdom. The heavy resistance you faced was actual proof of your coming breakthrough. Remember David in the desert caves long ago. He was anointed to be king over Israel. Yet he spent long years running in loneliness and constant fear. And while he wondered why the promise took so long to arrive, every quiet night in that wilderness was forging a royal heart inside him that could carry the weight of the crown. The frustrating delay was my divine protection. A premature blessing would have crushed your spirit. You needed time to grow strong inside. And before I could open the massive doors of abundance for your life, I had to burn away the hidden fear and self-reliance that would have destroyed your future success. The rejection you felt was my active redirection. I closed those doors to save your soul from hidden traps. I removed people who loved your weakness but feared your power. And while their sudden departure broke your heart in the moment, I cleared the room so I could build a permanent kingdom foundation for your destiny. Look at the fierce storms behind you now. The crashing waves tried to bury your faith forever. The cold winds battered your home and family. And yet right now in this very hour, you are still standing tall in my presence with a heart that seeks my truth. You did not break into pieces. You survived the fire. The static is breaking apart right now. The thick fog is lifting from your mind today. You do not need to strain or panic to hear my voice anymore. And as the covenant frequency between your heart and my throne opens wide today, My deep peace is settling over your thoughts like a gentle morning rain. Inscribe these words in the comments right now to seal your focus. Write the words, Lord, I am listening. Speak it with bold confidence into the atmosphere today. And as you release those words, feel the heavy distraction completely leave your mind. You are reclaiming your spiritual focus from the noise of the world. I am restoring your wasted years today. The early promises are still active and true in my kingdom. Nothing you lost in the fire was meant to stay with you forever. And everything I preserved inside your refined soul is about to multiply beyond your wildest dreams. You will overflow with divine abundance. You are stepping out of the lonely valley. You are leaving the confusion of yesterday behind. Your spiritual ears are opening to my clear direction. And as you walk forward into the bright light of my purpose, you will realize that every quiet season was orchestrating a magnificent victory for your life. Do not look back with fear or regret. The season of mystery is ending now. Stay close to my presence in these quiet moments. And as we move into the next chapter of your journey, I am about to unveil the hidden blueprint of the secret test you passed in the furnace. You are ready for what comes next. You are not a helpless victim today. You are my chosen child who survived the furnace of trial. You came out refined like gold. Lift up your eyes right now with eager expectation, because the silent season has finished its work, and your time of divine restoration is starting right now. Look closely at the desert you walked through. You thought you were losing everything. You felt weak. Your heart was shattered into 1,000 tiny pieces. And as you sat alone in the dry dust of that lonely place, you believed that your life was completely broken down. But I am here to tell you a divine truth today. You were never broken down, my child. You were being broken open so that my spirit could flow through you. Think of a beautiful alabaster jar filled with costly perfume. As long as that jar stays sealed on a high shelf, no one can smell the fragrance inside. It looks perfect to the world. It stays safe from harm. But when that vessel is broken open, the sweet aroma fills the entire house and transforms the surrounding atmosphere. The painful crushing you experienced was not your destruction, because it was actually the sudden release of your divine purpose. You looked at the furnace flames with deep fear. You thought the fire was sent to consume your future. You questioned why you had to endure such intense heat while others rested in total ease. But the refiner does not put worthless trash into the furnace. He only places pure gold into the hottest fire because he knows the gold can survive the heat. The fire did not destroy your soul. It simply burned away the heavy dross of the world. Now I must unveil the secret test you passed in the furnace. You did not even realize you were taking a holy exam. The adversary watched your deep suffering with cruel joy. He told the heavenly council that you would turn away in bitterness the moment the pain grew too strong. He bet against your endurance. He expected you to abandon your faith when your financial doors locked shut and your closest friends walked away. He waited for you to curse my name in the dark. He prepared a sneaky trap of resentment for your weary soul. But you did something that stunned the spiritual realm. Even when tears blinded your eyes, you lifted trembling hands in quiet prayer. Even when you had every reason to grow bitter, you chose to forgive those who hurt you. You kept walking forward with quiet faith when every circumstance told you to give up. You passed the test. You survived the hardest trial of your life without losing your soft heart. The adversary lost his legal argument against your destiny on that painful night. Your holy endurance proved that your love for me was genuine and deep. And because you remained faithful in the darkest valley, heaven has officially recorded your victory today. The long season of examination is finished, and your reward stands directly ahead. The wilderness has served its divine purpose. The dry land is coming to an end right now. You will no longer wander in confusion or strain for basic survival. The fire refined your spirit, and the wind blew away your worldly attachments. What felt like a season of immense loss was actually my preparation to entrust you with massive spiritual authority. You are stepping out of the furnace as a completely transformed vessel. Look at your hands right now. The old weakness is leaving your body. The heavy exhaustion that weighed down your shoulders is dissolving in my warm presence. The fragrance of your refined faith is rising up to my throne like a sweet sacrifice. What the enemy designed to bury you forever has become the very platform that elevates your life today. You carry an anointing that cannot be bought with worldly money. I know you still carry scars from the flames. I see the painful memories that try to haunt your mind, but those scars are not signs of defeat or shame. They are holy marks of honor that prove you survived the refiner's fire. They demonstrate to the world that you are an unbroken warrior who stands tall in my grace. When people look at your life tomorrow, they will see my glory reflected clearly in your eyes. Stop measuring your worth by the pain of your past season. Stop thinking that you are behind in life. You are not wasting time in the dry desert. You are being forged into a rare kingdom weapon that can shatter the strongholds of darkness. Everything you lost in the furnace was meant to fall away, and everything I built inside your soul will remain with you forever. You are emerging stronger than before. The enemy tried to make you feel worthless during your long trial. He whispered that your prayers were completely useless. He claimed that heaven was ignoring your painful cry. But every single tear you shed in the dark was caught in my golden vial. Not a single moment of your suffering was wasted. I am using every painful lesson from your wilderness to build an unshakable foundation for your future family line. You are no longer a fragile victim surviving the storm. You are a refined vessel carrying my holy power into the world. The old season of lack and confusion is closing behind you today. The seal over your long-awaited harvest is cracking open right now. Take a deep, slow breath and release the painful memory of the furnace, because the God who brought you through the fire is walking with you into open country. Feel the sudden shift in your spiritual atmosphere right now. The heat of the furnace is fading away. A refreshing breeze of divine peace is sweeping over your tired soul. You do not need to fear tomorrow because I have already prepared your path ahead. The wilderness season is officially over, and your chapter of divine honor and abundant provision begins in this holy hour. Your testimony will ignite faith in the hearts of thousands. People who are currently trapped in their own desert will look at your life and find hope. They will ask how you survived such intense heat without losing your peace, and you will tell them about the God who stood beside you in the furnace. You are becoming a living witness of my restoration. The pain of yesterday is turning into the power of today. Listen to me clearly today, my child. The time has come to dismantle every counterfeit label that the enemy stuck on your soul during your furnace season. You are not a victim who barely survived the storm. You are not a broken failure who missed their divine window. And every time the adversary whispered that you were worthless or forgotten, he was telling a desperate lie to keep you from recognizing your true kingdom authority. Look into my word and see who you truly are. You are a royal heir to the kingdom of heaven. You carry a holy lineage that was written in eternity before the foundations of the world were laid. The King of Kings is your loving Father. You do not need to walk through this life with a bowed head or a timid spirit because you carry the royal crest of heaven upon your heart. You spent years measuring your value by the opinions of fragile people. You let their harsh criticisms define how you saw yourself in the mirror. You believed their quiet doubts when they said you would never amount to anything great. But human opinion has no weight in my heavenly court, and today I am erasing every cruel judgment that was ever spoken against your destiny. Now I need to heal a deep ache that has lingered in your heart for a very long time. I saw the painful shock when people you loved and trusted suddenly turned their backs on you. I watched you cry in quiet disbelief when long relationships dissolved overnight. You wondered what you did wrong to deserve such cold rejection from those you sacrificed so much to help. Hear my voice above your painful memories today. Their sudden departure was not your failure, my beloved. It was my divine pruning at work in your life. A master gardener does not cut branches from a healthy vine to destroy it. He prunes away specific branches so that the main vine can yield a massive harvest that lasts forever. I cleared that space in your life because where I am taking you requires a completely different kind of company. The smallness of where those people were comfortable could never contain the magnitude of the destiny I built inside you. I had to remove them before their subtle envy and doubt could poison the sacred harvest I am releasing into your hands. Some of those people were only meant to stay in your life for a single season. They were meant to teach you valuable lessons about discernment and boundaries. But when their designated time ended, they tried to hold you back in the past. I stepped into your circumstance and severed those ties because I loved you too much to let you stay trapped in a small environment. Stop holding on to the ghosts of who left your side. Stop pleading with people to stay when my hand has clearly closed the door on that past season. Release them with forgiveness and peace today. They played their designated role in your story, but they were never meant to travel into the royal chapter that stands directly ahead of you. I am establishing a brand new foundation of divine connections for your life right now. I am aligning your path with faithful companions who honor the anointing you carry. You will no longer have to shrink yourself to make others comfortable around you. You will be surrounded by kingdom warriors who stand shoulder to shoulder with you in every battle. Lift up your head and straighten your shoulders right now. You are stepping out of the shadows of self-doubt and stepping into the full dignity of your royal inheritance. You carry the authority to speak peace over your household. You have the power to decree freedom over your finances, and no weapon formed against your destiny shall ever prosper. You proved your loyalty in the wilderness when you had nothing to give. You honored my name when the whole world told you to walk away in bitterness. And because you guarded your heart from malice during your deepest trials, I am placing the keys of my kingdom back into your hands today. You are ready to rule over the territory I prepared for you. You were never cast aside by heaven, my precious child. You were simply set apart for a holy purpose. You were kept hidden in my shadow so that the world could not corrupt the purity of your spirit. The long season of feeling misunderstood and isolated was my holy sanctuary where I forged your royal character in deep quietness. Feel the heavy cloak of shame falling off your body in this exact moment. Feel the holy dignity of your royal identity rising up inside your spirit. You will no longer view yourself through the eyes of those who betrayed you. You will see yourself through the eyes of the Father who sacrificed everything to call you his own. A massive shift is taking place in the spiritual realm over your life right now. The long winter of waiting and relational loss is turning into a glorious spring of divine favor. The chains of delay are beginning to rattle and break apart under the weight of my word. Stand firm in your royal identity, because the hour of your ultimate breakthrough has finally arrived. You are my chosen warrior. You are my royal heir. You are the living proof of my unfailing restoration in a dark world. Walk forward today with bold confidence and unshakable peace, knowing that the God of heaven walks before you to flatten every mountain and unlock every gate of bronze. Keep this royal truth burning brightly in your soul as we take our next step together. Something extraordinary is unlocking in the heavens right now. Stay right here with me in this sacred hour, because the 3 heavy seals of lack and delay are about to be shattered before your eyes in the very next moment. The spiritual atmosphere over your life is shifting right now. Heaven is breaking its long silence with a mighty shout of victory. I am stepping into your battle as a consuming fire to dismantle every demonic structure that was built against your destiny. The adversary fought you fiercely because he knew the rare power you carry. But his time of authority over your life is expired today. Hear my voice roaring over the noise of your past trials. I command every dark force that held your spirit in captivity to bow down right now. The invisible chains of delay are snapping under the weight of my holy presence. You will no longer walk in circles in the dry wilderness. The legal rights of darkness over your household are completely revoked in this holy hour. The spiritual realm is standing at attention in this sacred minute. Angels are surrounding your home with drawn swords of fire to protect this holy moment. The prayers you whispered in tears have gathered into a powerful wave of divine justice. What the enemy thought was a permanent burial was actually a divine seed being planted for a massive harvest. The season of suppression is over. Now I decree the shattering of the first seal over your destiny. The seal of financial lack, poverty, and endless debt is crashing to the ground right now. For years you worked until your body was completely exhausted, yet the harvest was snatched away right before your eyes. The spirit of stagnation locked your doors and made you feel ashamed. But today I am breaking that ancient curse over your family line forever. I am unsealing the hidden reservoirs of heaven over your home today. What was stolen from your hands during your wilderness season shall be restored in full measure. The closed doors of opportunity are swinging wide open by my sovereign power. You will no longer struggle just to survive from day to day because my divine abundance is flooding into your life right now. Now hear my word as I shatter the second seal over your mind. The seal of anxiety, mental torment, and midnight terror is destroyed in this exact instant. You have lived with a heavy fog pressing against your thoughts for far too long. Your mind turned over every fear until your chest felt tight and painful. But I speak my holy authority into your internal storm today and command total peace to be still. I am stripping away the spirit of heaviness that made you feel suffocated. The dark shadows that haunted your sleepless nights are fleeing from my blinding light. You will breathe deeply again without fear or dread gripping your heart. My comforting peace will guard your thoughts like a fortress of fire. The mental torment that drove you to the brink of despair is completely broken today. Now look as I shatter the third seal over your divine connections. The seal of isolation, relational betrayal, and toxic covenants is shattered into pieces right now. The enemy used painful rejections to make you believe that you were meant to walk alone forever. He sent toxic companions who drained your virtue and left you bleeding in secret. But I am severing every spiritual tie to those hurtful past seasons today. I am releasing a divine alignment of covenant connections into your life. I am bringing faithful people into your story who will honor your calling and stand beside you in battle. You will no longer be surrounded by those who secretly pray for your downfall. The doors of divine favor with influential leaders are unlocking for you today, and you will walk among those who sharpen your spirit. I am closing the door on every user and deceiver who tried to exploit your kind heart. They will no longer have access to your energy, your time, or your peace. I am building a hedge of holy protection around your inner circle, so that no wolf in sheep's clothing can ever hurt you again. You are being positioned among genuine kingdom builders who bring life to your soul. Every scheme formed against your future is falling apart right now. The traps laid in secret by your enemies have become the very pits they fall into. No weapon forged against your health, your mind, or your family shall prosper anymore. I am canceling every decree of sickness and premature death that was spoken over your bloodline. Your story is being rewritten by the finger of God today. I am breaking the heavy chains of inherited generational afflictions right now. What plagued your parents and grandparents will not take root in your children. The cycle of trauma, addiction, and emotional pain is completely broken by my holy word. I am establishing a brand new legacy of righteousness, health, and prosperity for your descendants. Your family line is cleansed today. Feel the sudden release of divine power coursing through your body right now. The crushing weight that pressed against your shoulders for years is completely gone. The heavy air of defeat is dissolving, and the fresh wind of my spirit is filling your lungs. You are standing on holy ground in this very moment. Your long winter of suffering has turned into a glorious morning of ultimate freedom. You are no longer bound by the limits of your past mistakes or human fears. The three heavy seals that held your life in a tight pattern of failure are broken forever. What heaven has opened today, no power on earth or in hell can ever shut again. Walk forward with bold confidence as a royal heir who has been fully restored by the King of Kings. Look up right now and see the spiritual tide turning in your favor. The years that were eaten by the locusts are being handed back to you with interest. Where there was shame, I am placing a double portion of honor upon your head. Where there was dry lack, rivers of divine provision are bursting forth in the desert. Your eyes will behold the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Declare your total victory with a firm voice into the spiritual realm today. Speak it out loud or write it down with unshakable faith in your heart. Say out loud, I am free from every chain of delay, and my season of restoration is here right now. As those words leave your mouth, feel the final anchor of your past captivity snap completely into pieces. The adversary is fleeing from your life in 7 different directions today. He lost his grip on your mind, he lost his power over your money, and he lost his influence over your household. The victory is signed and sealed in the blood of the everlasting covenant. You are walking out of the furnace with your head lifted high as an anointed conqueror in my kingdom. Every locked door in your life is trembling under the sound of my voice. The bronze gates of opposition are shattering into dust, and the iron bars of delay are snapped in two. I am going before you to make the crooked places straight and to give you the hidden treasures of darkness. The glory of your future season will far surpass anything you experienced in the past. Hold fast to this prophetic breakthrough with an iron grip in your spirit. Do not let subtle doubt or worldly noise dilute the holy authority that was released over your life in this sacred hour. What I have decreed over your destiny today shall come to pass with speed and power, and nothing in creation can stop the harvest that is heading straight toward your home. Look at your hands in this sacred moment. One hand holds on to past fears, while the other reaches out for my eternal promise. For a very long time, you have walked through life with a tightly clenched fist. You held on to your small resources because you were constantly afraid of running out. And every time a new trial hit your household, your grip grew even tighter out of deep anxiety. A clenched fist is a clear sign of a soul operating from the fear of lack. It tries to protect what little it has from a cold and hostile world. But a clenched fist can never receive anything new from heaven. It remains locked in a tight posture of survival, unable to catch the massive overflow of my royal abundance. I am calling you to open your hands right now. A royal heir walks with an open hand. An open hand does not panic in the face of temporary drought because it knows the Father's heavenly reservoir never runs dry. An open hand is ready to release a seed of faith into the kingdom because it understands the divine law of the harvest. What you release in faith does not leave your life forever. It simply moves ahead into your harvest. The enemy wants you to keep your hands tightly closed today. He wants you to stay focused on the smallness of your human supply. He whispers that you cannot afford to trust my holy word or step out in bold faith. He knows that the moment you open your hands in obedience, the ancient seal over your generational wealth will crack wide open forever. Now is the hour to perform a prophetic act of total surrender before my throne. Place a seed of faith upon the stone altar of this holy calling today. Release your trust into my hands without holding anything back in fear. Open your hand right now and watch how heaven unseals the vast provision that was prepared for your lineage before the foundations of the world. You are not giving away something you will lose. You are releasing a spiritual anchor directly into the harvest field of your future. Every seed sown in obedience becomes a holy testimony against the spirit of poverty that plagued your ancestors. Your step of faith today is breaking the long cycle of financial struggle for your children and your children's children. Think of the widow who gave her last small portion during a severe drought long ago. To the worldly eye, her small offering looked completely insignificant and foolish. But in the spiritual realm, her bold sacrifice unlocked an endless stream of oil and flour that sustained her entire family through the crisis. Your seed today carries that exact same prophetic power over your household. Stop looking at what you lack and start looking at the limitless power of the God you serve. I am the Lord who opened a path through the roaring sea. I am the Father who rained down bread from heaven in the dry desert. There is no scarcity in my kingdom, and my hand is never too short to supply all your needs according to my glorious riches. Stand firm in your royal dignity right now. Speak with bold authority into the atmosphere of your home today. Say out loud, I am free from every chain of delay. Declare those words with unwavering conviction, and feel the heavy load of anxiety lift off your shoulders forever. Your voice carries royal authority when you align your words with my divine truth. The atmosphere over your family line is shifting from lack to supernatural overflow in this very minute. What was held back in secret is now released in full measure into your hands. You will no longer have to beg for crumbs or worry about basic survival. You are stepping into a golden season of divine stewardship where you will lend to many nations and borrow from none. Receive your ultimate freedom today. Receive the harvest that was delayed by the adversary in past years. The stone altar of your faith is burning with the sweet aroma of your surrender, and my heavenly response is falling like rain over your dry ground. Your open hands are becoming a conduit of my holy blessings for everyone who crosses your path. The covenant you seal today will echo through the generations of your bloodline. Your children will walk through doors that were locked shut for you. They will enjoy the fruit of the seed you planted in faith during your furnace season. The spirit of lack will never find a resting place in your home again because my covenant of peace surrounds your borders. Go forth today with an open heart and an open hand. You do not need to fear tomorrow because the King of Kings goes before you as your eternal protector. What you planted in tears during your lonely wilderness, you are about to reap with shouts of pure victory. Your generational breakthrough is starting right now. Now, quiet your breathing, my beloved child. Take a deep, slow breath right now and feel the heavy weight completely leaving your chest. The battle is no longer yours to fight because I have taken full command of your entire situation. Lower your defenses and let my warm presence settle over your weary spirit in this quiet moment. You can finally let go of the stress that kept you bound for years. Let us seal everything that was awakened today in a holy prayer of covenant agreement. Heavenly Father, I place this precious child under the shadow of your eternal wings today. I seal the prophetic breakthrough over their finances, their mind, and their family line. Every ancient chain of delay is shattered into pieces, and every locked door of opportunity is swung wide open by your sovereign hand. I cover this child with your holy protection as they step out of their furnace season. Let your divine favor surround them like an impenetrable shield against all evil. Settle their heart in an unshakable peace that surpasses human understanding. And as they walk forward into their new chapter, let your goodness and mercy follow them every single day of their life. Keep this private revelation quiet in your heart for a season, my child. Do not rush out to display your holy seeds before a cynical and doubtful world. When a divine miracle is being formed in the secret place, the loud noise of critics can disturb its delicate growth. Let this blessing take deep root in your soul until the abundant fruit becomes visible to everyone. You do not need to prove your transformation to anyone who doubted your calling in the past. Your quiet peace will speak louder than any words you could ever say. Your restored life will become a living testimony of my power. Trust my hidden timing, because what I am building inside your life will withstand every storm that tries to shake your foundation. You can rest now, my precious one. The long season of striving in your own human strength is completely over. I am posting my mighty angels around your house tonight to guard your sleep and protect your peace. When you close your eyes in the dark, know that my eternal presence is watching over every corner of your home and protecting your loved ones. You will wake up tomorrow morning with fresh clarity, vibrant energy, and renewed strength. The dark fog that blurred your vision for so many years is gone forever. I have gone ahead of you to make every crooked path straight. You are walking under an open sky of divine favor, and your daily steps are guided by my infinite wisdom. Inscribe your final amen in the comments right now to seal this covenant forever. Express your heart's agreement with my holy promise today, and join our faithful remnant who walk in kingdom truth. Keep your eyes fixed on my presence, for what I have declared over your destiny in this sacred hour shall surely come to pass without delay. Go forth today with your head lifted high as a royal heir to the kingdom of God. The long chapter of testing is officially closed, and the hour of your reward has arrived. Receive my final blessing of unshakable peace, divine health, and overflowing abundance. Peace be still, my precious child. I am with you always.